Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. It's October 20th, 2023, and I'm recording another morning message as I'm hoping to do every day. As I said yesterday, one of my goals is to lose weight, and I'm putting it as a primary goal because I identified that in my life, that is a primary factor for feeling um, unhappy with myself and having low motivation to pursue other things. I've realized between yesterday and today that for me, uh, recording this message every morning is actually establishing a continuity, which will allow me to deal with my biggest challenge is being continuous with things like planning and executing everything around my weight loss, such as doing some type of exercise, because as of right now, that is the only continuity issue that I have. Well, no, not only. Actually, it's not true. I just thought about it a little bit more. No, not only. So establishing continuity in following a plan of exercise every day is one of the factors that, as of right now, my huge challenge. Number two is sticking with what I already discovered that works. What I'm trying to say by that is that we're all very different. Our bodies are very different. The way that we respond to things are different. Some people never have challenge with weight. Others, like myself, have challenges with weight all of their life. I had done all of the possible diets that you can think of. The only thing I hadn't done is a lap band. And I know you're probably wondering, what is she talking about? I can only see her head and her face, and it doesn't look that bad. Part of the problem is I'm trying to gain confidence and bravery um, to show my full self how I look like. It is so difficult, and I am so scared of all of the backlash that I'm gonna get, all of the shaming that I'm gonna get as I'm gonna put myself out there. But I'm gaining strength, so I'm working on it, and I know I'm really close. So I will show you that yes, I am severely overweight, and I absolutely need to lose a lot of weight, a lot. So to go back to what I was saying, one of the challenges is continuity. So by making myself come here to this forum and recording this message for myself and for others that I am so hoping and wishing I can help and motivate to change and adjust and do things for yourself. Um, Continuity for exercise and continuity for executing what works. As I mentioned, I have tried all of the different diets, all of the different approaches. And over the course of the years, I figured out what works for me. Number one, definitely having a low carb diet, which means that it's not about not having vegetables, right? I tried keto, I tried uh, paleo, whatever you name it, right? For me, those things don't work. They create actually issues. And oh, I do have to say that overall, I'm a really healthy person, which I have adjusted our purchasing to 95% organic. That includes animal products, like chicken and very rarely beef and some lamb. We don't eat pork, not because we're religious or anything, but just because my husband and I we just don't like it. So it is our preference, but we do eat a lot of other things, and so that works out fine. We also recognize, well, I recognize for myself that having animal protein for me makes me feel happy. So I am working at getting that down to maybe 3 times a week at most. So far, it hasn't worked out that way, but I'm working on it. So going back to what I said, continuity in recording this message, continuity in keeping what works, and ensuring that I add exercise to my daily routine. It hasn't happened. I've been talking to myself about it. My friend, my great friend who is really active and does exercise every day, she's been talking to me about that. So far hasn't worked out, but I'm working on it. I am mentally preparing myself to start that pattern. And I think that I already figured out what needs to be done. I'm using a lot of great YouTube videos to start stretching and just basic minimum exercises with Pilates against the wall, starting with no more than 5 minutes. And I will show that as well, but not right now. Right now, I'm just preparing, I'm talking about it, I'm establishing a structure. With regards to food, so yes, low carb, but I'm talking about things that are not vegetables, right? So fruits, definitely, because it's fructose, and I'm following a guidance, a nutritional guidance of having fruits only in the first part of the day, not every day. I love homemade cottage cheese, which I make from organic raw milk. I will be happy to show the exact recipe step by step that I do, and it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I'm using only 2% fat, and it comes out very smooth, not like regular American cottage cheese, and basically doesn't require sour cream, and it's really good for you. And whoever says it's not good for you, I totally understand. We're all different, but it's good for me and for my family, and we love it. So, anyways, going back to carbs, low carbs meaning anything that has things other than fruits and vegetables. I'm keeping it to the lowest. Rice, for example, I almost don't have rice unless it's sushi, very rarely. I don't eat any wheat. Bread, yes, but not every day. And I buy that keto bread, which I figured I don't like a lot, but I do. So things like that, and I'll talk more about that. The other thing that really works well for me, I've noticed, is intermittent fasting. I've tried different ones. I tried 24 hours, 20 hours on a regular basis. I've come to conclusion that I'm 50, as I said before, I'm 51, and all of the charts show that the best intermittent fasting for a 51-year-old is 18-6, which means you fast for 18 hours and you eat during the 6-hour window. So I have figured out my best window is 11 to 11 to 5. That's my best window, because if I eat after 5 o'clock, I can fast all day. And if I eat at night, the next day, I'm gonna gain weight. That's because I already know that my body thinks that I was starving and is working really hard to preserve all that energy. Mind you, I have so much energy, aka fat, that it can just use that and it doesn't. So that works for me. So my observation and my advice for each and every one of you: listen to your body. Look at all of the available options and listen to your body. That's the physical part of it. As I mentioned in the previous recording, the most important thing is taking care of your mental health, because as emotional eater, I know that for me, anything I do food-wise that is not good for me is always triggered by emotion. What's interesting, and I'll talk about it next time, whether the emotion is very positive or negative, it leads me to the same pattern. So that is a very interesting observation, because for a majority of the people that I interacted with, they go to food when there is a negative emotion they're experiencing. So to make themselves feel better. Me, I go to something good when I feel really good. And I have to think about it more. I will share my thoughts. I don't know what it is right now. So emotional health, for me, it's Friday. Emotional health, number one, so there is no trigger. And that means being balanced, being calm and balanced. And physical health, establishing a continuity to include some type of a daily exercise in my routine, because once again, I work in an office environment, so very little movement. People who are exceptionally active every day, like my husband, they probably need something else. I'm only talking about me. 18-6 intermittent fasting, keeping low carb, and really watching calories, right? So there are a lot of great apps, and I've noticed that if I keep my calories under 1400, that works well for me. Some people say, and nutritionists say it's very low. You have to have a lot of higher calorie. It doesn't work for me. So you have to listen to your body. It's Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Love and celebrate your mind and your body. And I hope you will have a wonderful weekend. And be happy. Every day is a happy day as long as we have peace on earth, and as long as everyone around you is healthy. Love you all.